You are welcome to the Wealthy Continent channel, a channel dedicated to the great people and continent of Africa. Remember, where you find yourself tomorrow is a function of the decisions and actions you take today. I'm going to be sharing with you what I told a friend of mine about people not succeeding. Why some people will not succeed. While having a conversation, the person asked me some questions. And my answer is not about me. We live in a world where it's run by truth, experience, realities, things that has happened over and over again. So when you look at all that, it's very easy for you to put things together and know why things are working and why things are not working. We don't live in a mysterious world. There are principles on why things happen the way they happen. Actions can be traced, decision can be traced. We may not get everything 100%, but I can tell you we'll be in the 90% range, because these things are not new. We are not the first set of people to live on this planet. I've said it time and time again. There's so much that life can teach you and I, only if we pay attention. So this friend of mine were having a chat, and he asked me, okay, what do you think? Why is it that some people will find it difficult to succeed? And these are 5 things I mentioned to my friend. The number one thing I said is, some don't have a hunger or a thirst to do well. They've settled. Their environment, they've settled in their environment. They don't see other people doing it. They don't challenge themselves. They don't think that life can be better. There is no hunger and thirst for a better life, for quality life. There's no hunger and thirst for knowledge. There's something about the truth. It says you shall know the truth, not that they will know it for you. There is no acquisition of knowledge. There's no drive to say, okay, I don't know this thing. How do I acquire wisdom in this area? There's no thirst for understanding. And we live in a world driven by, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, amongst other things. So if somebody doesn't have a drive, doesn't have a hunger, a thirst, doesn't have, the passion to do well, to live well, to experience life, that person has plateaued. And they are not going anywhere. They won't enjoy life. In this same world, we all have our individual worlds. We are not all experiencing the same thing, because we are not doing the same thing. We don't know the same thing. That is what makes the difference. The number 2 thing is lack of self-discipline. Until people understand that we live in a DIY world, you can't tell your child, okay, I'm your dad or I'm your mom, I'm going to eat for you, and when I eat for you, you'll be full. The child needs to eat on his own. You have to understand that what we call consistency is self-discipline. What we call persistent is self-discipline. What we call perseverance is self-discipline. What we call commitment is self-discipline. What we call action is self-discipline. Every one of these things, these areas, conviction is self-discipline. Doing something over and over and over and over again is self-discipline. Boundaries is self-discipline. People are not self-disciplined. And it doesn't jump on anybody. You need to practice this over time, and it becomes part of you. You should have boundaries. You should know what to do, when to do it. When we talk about time management, it's about self-discipline. When we talk about finance management, it's about self-discipline. When we talk about organization, order is self-discipline. When we talk about talking when you are supposed to talk and keeping quiet is self-discipline. People who are not self-disciplined will be limited in life. That's just the truth. If they are not self-disciplined, there's a limit to what they can do. Because success requires you to do some things. And you need to be disciplined to do. There's nothing magical about life. Life is real. So people who lack self-discipline, they are not going anywhere. It takes self-discipline for you to go to bed at a specific time, wake up at a specific time. It takes self-discipline for you to sit down and study. It takes self-discipline for you to act. People who lack self-discipline, even when you tell them, this is what you need to do, this is how you, because they lack self-discipline, they won't do it. And if you don't do it, there's no way you'll be successful. At the end of the day, knowledge is fantastic, but without action, you are not going anywhere. The number 3 reason this kind of people will find difficult to succeed is they blame everybody for their situation and circumstance. Everybody is the one responsible. External factors are the one responsible. They never take any kind of responsibility to say that, okay, I'm going to do something about my life. Now, you have to understand something. In life, there are things that we cannot control. We don't have the power to control some things. That is just how it is. But also, we have the power, we have the ability to control some things. And when you can't control what you can control, you will still live well. So the issue is not about what we cannot control. The issue is about what we can control that we are not doing anything about. So people who blame everybody for where they are, believe me, they are not going anywhere. They are not going anywhere. Now, the 4th reason is some people just have very bad attitude to life. That's just the truth. Their response to life is so poor. Now, if you have not developed yourself, if you have not renewed your mind, if you don't have any, hunger and thirst for the right knowledge, you don't have any hunger and thirst for truth, you are not living by principle, your attitude is so bad, it's difficult to be successful. Very, very difficult. Because your responses and reaction will just be so poor. And when they are poor, you'll be making poor decisions. That's just the thing. You have a wrong attitude towards life, your decisions will be poor. You don't have the right knowledge, your decisions will be poor. Your actions will be poor. And when those things are poor, there is no way you have great result. Lastly, why some people will find it difficult to succeed. Why they find it difficult to succeed? They don't have quality relationship. Everybody just comes into their life. They don't have value and they can't attract people of value. I tell people this. If you go to the best of schools or universities, think about it. Why is it that they don't admit poor students? Because it's difficult to work with those people. They will attract the best of students because they have built in those habits, those culture. They are gunning for something, so it's easier to work with them. They don't want to start from the scratch. If you hear, a school is the top schools, they are admitting everybody wants to go to a good place, but not everybody has prepared themselves for that good place. So that is just the reality of life. So when you see some people that are not going anywhere, you will see all these 5 things, you will notice it in their life. They are not self-disciplined, no passion, no hunger, no drive for knowledge or wisdom, poor decisions, bad attitude. The quality of people around their life, very poor set of people. No ethics, no standard, nothing. Now, you can't be doing things that are anti-success and you want to be successful. It doesn't work that way. There is a way and processes whereby things work. And until we start to embrace those things, these people will find it difficult to succeed. I believe if people make the right choices, if people do the right things, they will have right result. Thanks for watching. We will see you next time.